This is Nate from Arcanum Academy. You know, sometimes life can be confusing. Confusing things happen all the time. Sometimes I'm confused. But I don't want you to be confused. You shouldn't be confused. So in social situations, very often in English, we ask questions that are very similar to each other, and it's easy to get confused about these questions. So let's take a closer look at these questions to make sure that you are never confused in these social situations. All right, here we go. Okay, here are the questions. We have, how are you doing? What are you doing? What do you do? And how do you do? Now, these questions are very similar to each other with the words, but they're very different from each other with the meaning. So let's take a look one by one at these questions to get more clarity, to see what they mean. So the first one, how are you doing? Here we have our Corona greeting with the elbows, and we say, how are you doing? This is a greeting. It's the same as how are you? And the correct answer to this would be fine, thanks, or great, thanks, or not bad, thanks. And you? So this is how we say hello and how we ask how other people are doing. Very often we say this in a very fast and short way. We say, how you doing? How you doing? Or if you're from New York, you say, how you doing? How you doing? All right. Next we have, what are you doing? This is the present continuous tense. So we have our helping verb to be, are in this case, our am is are, and that's the verb to be, that's our helping verb. And then we have the main verb do with the ing at the end. So what are you doing? This is for something at the moment. We use this tense for things at the moment. So es ist, was machst du gerade? So the answer could be, I'm watching a presentation. For example, it's what you're doing right at this moment. The next question is, what do you do? Now this is the present simple. Here you can see we have the main verb is do and also the helping verb is do. So what do you do is for things in general. When we talk about a general situation. So this is not a specific moment. That means, what do you do? In English means, was machst du beruflich? So the answer could be, I'm an engineer for SpaceX. Of course, you probably have a different job. You just answer with whatever job you have. The next question is, how do you do? Now this one is a little bit of a trick question because we answer it with the same question. How do you do? Now this is very, very formal English. This is a very formal greeting. And in most situations in English, we don't use this and we don't say it, but you might hear it. Now, to be honest, many native speakers get this wrong also. Somebody says, how do you do? And a native speaker still might say, oh, fine, thanks. But technically that's not the correct answer to how do you do. The correct answer is, how do you do? And then you move on with the conversation. So that's a little bit strange, but that is formal English for you. So there we go. How you doing? Fine, thanks. What are you doing? I'm watching a presentation. What do you do? I'm an engineer for SpaceX. How do you do? How do you do? All right, so now you're ready for the next social situation in English, and you know the difference between these questions, these very similar questions. So there will be no confusion for you anymore. That makes me very happy. So good luck, and I'll see you later. Bye.